walk like lions. Hey folks, good morning. Chappy coming at you live from Prescott, Arizona on this 7th of December. Folks, doing it a little early today. I have a veterans group meeting in a little bit here, so I wanted to get this in so I didn't wait too long in the day for y'all. Beautiful day here. It's a little chilly out, but hey, it's December, right folks? All right folks, for today, this is the 7th of December. This is the day we commemorate and remember the attack on Pearl Harbor back in 1941. And I want to bring this up and remember this, folks, because over the years, this has become less and less. When I was a kid, every 7th of December, every year, you knew it was Pearl Harbor Day, and you observed the remembrance of it. And lately, you don't hear anything, folks. It's like we're starting to forget these important events that we need to remember, because great lessons were learned on that day, and plus we lost a lot of Americans on that day. So let's get to it really quick. At 0748 on Sunday, 7th of December 1941, the cowardly, evil Japanese Empire attacked our naval base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. And this was just a sudden attack out of nowhere. The planes started coming in at 0748 and started hitting all the ships in the harbor there. And it was two waves came in, and they just started taking the ships out, shooting at people that weren't even armed. Men were scrambling to get ready to go into the defensive mode, and they just tore up our entire Pacific fleet in that area. Totals were 4 battleships sunk, 4 battleships damaged, 3 cruisers damaged, and 3 destroyers damaged. And then death toll, we had 2,403 sailors, soldiers killed in action, and 1,178 wounded, and that was just on the military side. There were some civilian casualties involved in that. And it was, it was completely unacceptable, folks. This was pure murder on the act of the evil Japanese Empire at the time, and it was wrong. But what it did is it basically brought us into the war, folks. We declared war on Germany and Japan, and as I've mentioned before in one of these casts, when the admiral of the Japanese fleet had finished the battle and was heading back home, he looked at his staff and he wrote down in his diary, he said, "I think we just made a big mistake. We just awoke the sleeping giant." And that is what happened, folks. From there on, America came together and began this mighty war machine that we call the United States of America. The industrial complex spun up. The whole country came together in the effort to basically get into the Second World War and destroy evil on both fronts, both in Europe and in the Pacific. And Churchill, this is funny. Churchill, when he heard the news, he basically said to his staff, "Now we're going to win. Now we will win." Because Britain was already being attacked, and they were under heavy, folks, they were getting pounded. And he probably learned from the last 2 lessons when they went against us. He said, well, now they're on our side. Now we're going to win. So that was pretty cool. Folks, the thing about the attack was the fleet there wasn't ready. And that's the thing that keeps coming back in the lessons learned. They just were not ready for it. It hit hard. There was nobody that was expecting it. It just came, and it happened. And if you read the first-hand accounts, many of the guys, it was just there. I woke up on a Sunday morning, getting ready to go to church, getting ready to chill for the day, and all of a sudden, the attack came. Nobody was ready. And that's a problem. And I think we saw the same thing on 9/11, folks. We weren't ready. However, this time, I have to say, the civilian side wasn't ready, but the military side at 9/11 was ready. And that's lessons that we learned from a long time ago. To have your forces ready to go at all times, trained up and on alert. Folks, what is a spiritual reality here? And I was thinking, man, what's the spiritual reality? First of all, the remembrance. Let's remember the people who died and gave their lives for our country. That is of dire importance. But one of the spiritual things that we have to remember is we need to stay awake spiritually. We really, really do. A lot of things that the Bible talks about when Jesus is talking about the end times, when Revelation gives us information on the end times, and the apostles are, hey, a day is coming when you're going to see chaos all around you. One of the continual themes in the scriptures is stay awake, be ready, stay awake, be ready. And we need to do that in our spiritual lives as well. We really need to focus. I got some scriptures here that talk about that aspect. Luke 20, and I'm going to throw a few at you. Luke 21:36. But stay awake at all times, praying that you may have strength to escape all these things that are going to take place, and to stand firm before the Son of Man. Matthew 24:42. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know what day your Lord is coming. 1 Peter 1:13. Therefore, preparing your minds for action, be sober-minded, set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to you at this revelation of Jesus Christ. Pretty good stuff. 1 Thessalonians 5:6. So then, let us not sleep as others do, but let us keep awake and be sober. And finally, Luke 21:34. But watch yourselves, lest your hearts be weighed down with dissipation and drunkenness and the cares of life, and that day come upon you like a sudden trap. Folks, now more than ever, we need to be awake spiritually. We need to be paying attention to what's going on in the world around us. The time of comfort is over. The time of focus is now, when we need to be focused on the things of God, the mission of God, and taking Jesus out there to other people. This is not a time for the church to be cooped up and sleeping, folks. The church needs to take action now. When this chaos ends, folks, there's going to be a lot of pieces to pick up. And if the church is not ready for it, those pieces are going to fall away. Those pieces are going to be lost. Now is a time for the church to wake up and start taking action. Get out into the world. Take Jesus to the world. Engage our communities around us for Christ. It's a critical time, folks, and now is the time. For the church leaders out there, all the church leaders, here's my message to you. Wake up. Wake up and go into action, folks. Folks, it's an awesome day. Like I said, it's a day of remembrance. Let's remember those who gave their lives for us. And on the spiritual side, folks, get down on our knees and say, Lord, help me to stay awake. Help me to be alert to what's going on around me so that I might not fall into the chaos that's coming against us. Folks, good to see everybody watching out there. Shane, Forrest, good to see you guys. Wave back at you here. Folks, please share this with everybody you can. We have a lot of people watching it, but share it. If it touched your life, share it. And so other people may also benefit from our word. All right, folks. Good to see you today, and remember, walk like lions.